Amara and Tund stood by the old postal box as evening settled over Adi Road. The sun dipped low, turning everything warm and golden. The blank page Tund had given her felt strange in her hands, like possibility, like a doorway. "Let's write something together," he said. They walked to the bookshop, which was open again, dust still settling on the shelves. It smelled of old paper and rain-damp wood. Amara sat on the stool where customers rarely sat, and Tund brought out a cup of Zobo with ice, like he knew she needed something sweet after all the waiting. He placed the blank sheet between them. "What do we write first?" she asked. Tund didn't think long. "Today," he said. "Just today. The rest will write itself." They wrote a simple sentence at the top of the page. "We met again." It was enough. Days began to slide into weeks. Amara would finish her shifts at the clinic, then walk to the bookshop, where Tund always kept a chair ready for her. They didn't need letters anymore, but still they wrote them, leaving small notes hidden in books under counters, between receipts. Love became quiet and ordinary, in the best way. One evening, Tund walked her home, and they stopped at that same bus stop where everything always seemed to pause. It started raining, soft at first, then harder. She reached for her umbrella, but Tund shook his head. "No umbrella today," he said. "Why?" "Because I want to remember this moment exactly like it is." So they stood in the rain, laughing, soaked, holding hands like two people who didn't care what anyone passing by might think. Coreed eventually understood. There was no fight, no drama, just timing, life's strange mathematics. He smiled one day when he saw them together and said to Amara, "I'm glad someone finally saw you." Years passed gently. The letters kept coming, even though they lived just streets apart. Tund would write small love notes. "You are my favorite sentence. I saw a flower and thought of the way you draw. Thank you for mailing the wrong address." On Amara's birthday, Tund did something different. He placed a sealed envelope on the counter and told her, "Open it when you're ready." She waited until she was home, late at night, surrounded by her sketches and blue fabrics. Her heart beat loud when she tore it open. Inside wasn't a letter. It was a tiny silver key tied to a ribbon. And a note. "Some doors are meant to stay open forever. House 15. Move in with me?" The next morning she arrived at the bookshop before it opened. Tund came running from behind, breathless, nervous, pretending he hadn't been waiting all night. "You said yes?" he asked. Amara didn't speak. She just lifted the key. Yes, their home on House 15 became a place filled with stories. Old postcards hanging on walls, dried flowers pressed in frames, and stacks of letters tied with blue thread. Amara painted the inside walls a soft rainwater gray. Tund built a shelf just for the letters that started it all. On quiet evenings, when the light faded, Amara would sit by the window and dot draw while Tund read out loud to her from their favorite books. Sometimes they still wrote each dot other letters, even if they were in the same room. Because that was how it began. Because that was how they stayed in love. The wrong address became the right life. And whenever rain fell, They remembered the night everything changed, when a mistake in handwriting turned into a forever story. Some love stories don't start with perfect timing. Some start with a letter that finds the right heart by accident and stays there. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to get notified when a new story is out on Kiss and Crypt.